Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Wev here. Hope you're doing great. Today, I wanted to talk to you about practice. Let's be real for a minute. Sometimes you're just not in the mood. As adults, we have so much responsibilities, and by the end of the day, those 30 minutes to an hour that we have to practice, just the thought of grabbing your guitar case or the bag might feel like a mission. And by the way, keeping your guitar in a bag or a case isn't very helpful. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Some folks say that they're always excited to practice, which is really cool. But unfortunately, that's not the case for everyone. But here's the thing. To improve, there's no other way around it. You have to put in the time and the hard work. Whether your goal is to nail a song that you can't play yet, jam over a backing track without being stuck in a box shape on the fretboard, or just playing faster, you have to put in the time. So here are a few tips that hopefully will help you with your practice session. Tip number 1, keep your guitar accessible. Keep your guitar somewhere that it's easy to access, on a guitar stand or a wall mount. If your guitar is in a case or a bag where it's hard to get to, you might say to yourself, I'll get it in a minute. But you know that's not going to happen. So make sure your guitar is very easy to get to, very accessible, on a guitar stand or a wall mount, anything like that will make it easy for you to grab and play. Tip number 2 is create a dedicated practice space. If you can, allocate a dedicated space for practicing. I'm not talking about turning your home into a studio or a room into a home studio, nothing like that. It's more like in your living room or anywhere that you can. Obviously, if you can have a home studio, great. If not, just anywhere that you can get a little desk with your laptop or your tablet, your guitar stand next to it, so you can really have a focused practice session. That way it's all set up already and you don't have to worry about grabbing different cables or moving things around, nothing like that. It's all set up, you just have to plug and play. I can guarantee that you're gonna have a much better practice session. And tip number 3, just jam if you're tired. If you're tired and you're not in the mood to focus on scales, technical exercises, or theory studies, just jam. Put on your favorite backing track and just get your fingers moving. Sometimes that might actually help you to get into the mood to have a more focused practice session. But be careful, don't let jamming take over your entire practice time. For example, when I say just jam, if you arrive and you're not feeling like you want to focus on all that, don't worry, just take that day, that half an hour or how long you have to practice and just jam. Put on your favorite backing track, just go get your fingers working and just have some fun. But don't let that be an everyday thing. Don't turn it into a bad habit where you're gonna come home every day, just put a backing track and jam. Obviously, that's really cool. We all love that. But that's not actually real practicing. Obviously, you are working, you're getting your fingers moving, but it's not a focused practice session. I really encourage my students to play with backing tracks because they're great. You can use them for a lot of different things. For example, if you're studying modes, you can take a chord vamp, play through the scale shapes just for you to get familiarized with the sound of the mode and obviously the technical part of it as well. Tip number 4, use a small practice amp. If your amp is too big or inconvenient to use, you can get a small practice amp, something like the New X Mighty Air, which is the one that I use. It's compact, wireless, it comes with a receiver that I can plug on the guitar so I don't need a guitar lead. It's got a metronome, you can plug your phone to it to play backing tracks. And most of my practice at the moment happens in my bedroom actually, with my amp and my laptop. I just plug and play, which is really helpful. You can use plugins as well, of course, but you're gonna need your audio interface, lead, and all that. So if everything is already set up, great. If not, then I prefer personally just a little amp with the laptop because it saves me a lot of time. Tip number 5, be the best guitarist you can be. Not everyone will play like Guthrie Govan, Steve Vai, Kiko Loureiro, Paul Gilbert, Joe Satriani, you name it. All the great and iconic guitarists, our guitar heroes. What you need to understand, or at least that's how I like to see it, is that you need to be the best guitarist you can be on your current situation. Like I said at the beginning of the video, everyone has different responsibilities and limited time. But by being patient and focused, I'm sure you'll be able to achieve your goals. And when you watch someone playing a great lick or a solo, just take that as inspiration to practice and achieve your goals. And I think that's it. I had a different video in mind today, but for some reason I really wanted to talk about practice and especially these points that I mentioned. So I really hope it helps in any way. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also, ring the bell for future notifications so you won't miss out on any guitar content. Make sure you keep practicing, stay inspired, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.